Honestly, I never believed there would be a John Wick 2, but here we are. So let's review it. I'm so excited. Hey, sunshine in your eyes. Everybody, welcome to MaffmanJones Movie Reviews. I'm your host, John Maffio, and today's featured movie is John Wick, Chapter 2. Without getting into details, the plot picks up right where the first John Wick left off, and John Wick, once again played by Keanu Reeves, is haunted by his past. And in many ways, there are twists, there are betrayals. We get further lore into the Continental, internationally, and what it means for this world of assassins. How many assassins are there? John Wick gets to kill people with headshots, with guns, with his hands, with other things, and this movie's just pure awesomeness and action bliss. Answering this question really quick, is John Wick Chapter 2 better than the original? In my opinion, no. But I think the bar was set pretty high with the first John Wick. It was a sleeper hit that came out of nowhere. It has solid pacing. Replay value is incredible. If you want to see my review with my friend John Anderson, you could check it out down below. We had a really fun time reviewing that. But I talk about it there, but I love the first John Wick. So I think the bar was set pretty high. But I went into this movie just wanting a fun action movie, and I got that. But I also got some really cool expansion on the assassin world that John Wick lives in. And there's a lot you can get into with this world and discussions if you have fellow fans of John Wick and John Wick Chapter 2. And I guess the best part of the movie is, besides the incredibly relentless action, is this world building. The world building is a little expository and a little forced in ways, but it also is just really well done. It does start off in a really incredible way, and then it just slows down for like 15-20 minutes. And it does it for a good reason. I really liked what was happening while the pacing was slowing down, but the pacing does slow down immensely. So if you're not into what's going on when the movie slows down, then you might be bored. But when the action flies at you on screen, it is infectious, and you can't help but just enjoy it for how intense and how incredible it is. The choreography, just like in the first one, is great. We get a lot of scenes that build upon each other, where Keanu Reeves, who always puts in an immense effort with these action roles, he just goes ham on people. And, I can't help but think sometimes how the lives of these henchmen and these people, these hirees must be, because once they're in John Wick's way, they're not going to live to see the next day. We have a lot of the same techniques, gung fu wise and hand-to-hand combat wise, as we did in the first movie, but then is expanded upon, and then we get a lot more going on weapons wise. John Wick can pretty much use anything at his disposal to kill his enemies. And a certain something happens in the middle of the movie that causes chaos, and that's when the movie really gets fun, because John Wick's character is put in a situation where he just has to survive. And it makes for some really great moments that stand toe-to-toe with the best of the best moments from the first movie. I will give credit where credit is due. Ruby Rose is good in this movie, but she's in capable hands in this movie. Common, I've liked Common a lot since that one movie with Liam Neeson and the guy from House of Cards and Suicide Squad. He's really good in this movie too as a fellow assassin, and his interactions with Keanu Reeves in the movie are very memorable, to say the least. Lawrence Fishburne also shows up too for a mini Matrix reunion. No Carrie-Anne Moss. Maybe in the third movie she will show up as an assassin or something. But the role that Lawrence Fishburne had in this movie was unexpected. And not necessarily disappointing, but a role that wasn't something that I was expecting. But I guess it makes more sense now that I think about it. And I hope we get more of him in a future installment if we get future installments. And I think we will, without spoiling, because the end of this movie sets up for a bonkers third film. But overall, John Wick Chapter 2, it's not as good as the first one, in my opinion. But again, the bar was set way too high, I think. You get a worthy entry into the series that could open up for a bonkers third entry if they decide to make it. It's a really great action film. Lots of awesome set pieces. The actors who come to play in this movie also come to play. Keanu Reeves, as always, is a dedicated mofo, and you see the effort that is put in by the choreographers, the stunt doubles, the stunt team, and Keanu in this movie. The guy who decided to come back, Chad Stahelski, He did an incredible job with this movie. It looks great, it sounds great, and it's just a memorable movie from beginning to end, even if the pacing is a little off at times. John Wick Chapter 2 is memorable, it's got good performances, and it is a worthy entry into the series. So that's why John Wick Chapter 2 is, in my opinion, a darn good movie. It's a 4 out of 5 stars. Killing has never looked so good. But now I want to know from you guys. What did you think of John Wick Chapter 2? Let me know what you thought in the comments down below. If they make a third film, who do you think they should include, actor-wise, for the assassin world? I didn't plan this because as of now I improv my reviews, but when I mentioned Carrie-Anne Moss, now I can't stop thinking of Carrie-Anne Moss in this franchise. I think she would be a worthy person, friend or foe. If you enjoyed this review, please like the video, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, share it, and check out the rest of my videos down below. Also down below, please check out my social medias and my Odyssey page. I'm John Maffio, aka MaffmanJones. If I was an assassin in an assassin-dominated world, my weapon of choice would be hot pizza. Take that for what you think. See you guys next time.